I'm James Brinker. I'm the area Chief Ranger for Werribee Plains. I first started gardening when I was in my really early teens. My mum was pretty keen on gardening despite coming from an island that doesn't have much greenery at all. So they're Maltese. In the West, we have mainly working class demographics, and everything that's sort of connected with working class and industrial working class, that was certainly the go in its history, and it's a little bit like that now. I'm not saying that, you know, all of us people who are, you know, from working class backgrounds or whatever have poor diets, but the risk is really high. With a lot of foods, we're now learning, especially the bad foods, that they are addictive. Fats and sugars, the two things our bodies absolutely love, and salt of course, or the combo of the whole three, we are less and less active and we're eating more and more. Werribee Park was originally built in 1875. This would have been a remote outpost. If you came in now, you'd see this beautiful old mansion, formal garden, historic orchards and farm, and more recently, a community garden. So it started about 3 years ago. We got a donation to purchase plants and seeds. It was already a veggie patch, but it had just been neglected for many years. The first one began life over there, and then it extended itself, and then it extended itself, and it keeps going. With the last one being very typical Karen garden. It's an AIMS Parks Victoria partnership program. AIMS did quite a little bit of work in identifying some of the groups that would most likely want to utilise the gardens. Well, the one recommended was the Karen people from Burma.
My father was Karen Revolution.
Yeah, so he was in the Karen National Karen Liberation Army. Yeah. Evelyn was one of the first to come through. Evelyn was the only one that wasn't scared of us. So she would come up and talk to us and say, oh, the women need this or that. And I also noticed Evelyn because she was in Blundstone boots. Do you remember when you left the village?
Yes, I remember.
You pack up your bag and you have to go?
Yeah.
And you never see that village again?
No. Before refugee camp, I worked in like a nurse with the Karen Soldier Army.
Nurse with the army?
Yeah. My children born in the refugee camp. I work in the refugee camp.
You work as a midwife?
Midwife, yeah. I've been midwife for the Mela care is 15 years.
The amount of people that have come in here and they said, Yado more, deliver me. There's a lot.
Yeah,
because a lot of them from the same camp. We have other nationalities here. The reason why the Karen have sort of dominated this landscape is that they have a very strong agricultural background, and so they take very easily to this sort of stuff. And the whole idea was that the women would be invited to garden here and have time together and be able to network away from inside their homes where they were on their own all day. And that worked so well that they started bringing their kids and husbands. This was a horse paddock a year ago, and now have a look at this. They wanted this as a display garden as well as a functional garden that would represent a Karen vegetable garden. This is very typical. This is made out of bamboo and it's growing long melon, okay? And long melon is an absolute delicacy and it costs a lot of money to buy, so they're wrapped when they're able to grow this sort of thing. It's all made out of bamboo that's been woven together. How interesting is this? This will be 1880s, and what we've done is we've sealed it as much as we can to store all their tools so everything's dry or whatever. But you can see it's quite well organised, you know, everything harvested. It was a request by the women that we don't spray weeds and we don't use sprays on any of the insects. And believe it or not, I've seen them hand pick the grubs off cabbage. They have no problem, you know, a whole bunch of them going and hand picking the grubs off.
The chili, and we spray chili.
Yeah, they use chili spray. Because, you know, I don't know if you know about chili spray. And you use good Vietnamese chili paste from the Vietnamese shop. And I tell you, all that's left on the aphids is their legs. All of the stuff that's grown is harvested and it's shared amongst all the volunteers. But it's also given away in the community to people who may not have enough to buy. I've certainly noticed here where locals have turned up by bicycle or come for a walk, and there'll be one of the Karen handing food over the fence to them. They thought the rabbits had been getting in, but we've got some resident wallabies here, and in the evening when everyone's gone, the wallabies jump the fence and they have a party, don't they? They have a Karen party.
Not the rabbit like a Karen. Eat vegetables.
Eat all. Eat all. I'll introduce you to one of the characters here. Dutchie, what did you catch? A bidet?
Yeah.
Was it a bidet?
Oh, no.
Ah, I thought he had a rabbit. This is Dutchie and Starboy. Dutchie comes in here just about every day as a volunteer, and he's also one of the cooks, because in Karen culture it's very important that boys cook and boys can garden. So this is the hut that we converted into a kitchen. It's always been cooking as well as gardening, because you can't separate the two in Karen culture. The cooking side of things got bigger and bigger. We would get a lot of donations of pots and pans and kitchen items, and we set up this little kitchen in here, and it turned out to be one of the most important parts of this project. With the kitchen here, they're here all day and they help in the garden, and then they all have a lunch together. They will soon teach you how to cook fast and fresh. In fact, it's just as fast a food here than any other fast food out there.
Yeah, and sticky rice.
Sticky rice, yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Who made the sticky rice?
Oh, my mum.
Your mum.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah, this morning I eat a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, show Kim what sticky rice. Oh, look, there's a little tiny bit, tiny bit from our Dutchie. Dutchie used to make us all kinds of things for lunch, and before we knew it, Dutchie was here every day and helping in some of the bigger projects, and in particular, he was doing the rabbit trapping. They were getting a lot of rabbits in the early days because there were so many rabbits in this garden.
When I stay home alone, I don't have friends, it's boring. When I came here, happy, and we see a friend, we meet a friend, new friend, and yeah, I like to be here.
We know from research that type 2 diabetes can result from poor diet and inactivity. We've now seen people come in here who have been told by their doctors to come in. That's a new thing. Instead of writing a prescription out for your pills, writing one out to say you need to go and do some gardening a couple of hours a week. We're finding locals are coming in and they're talking to the likes of Evelyn about how to grow vegetables.
Don't go in there, you're not allowed. They said we could.
Yeah, you can go.
And it used to be that they'd come and look at all the farm buildings, but we're noticing more and more the teachers bring them into the garden beds, and then they'll stop and, you know, identify some of the vegetables. I think there's great health benefits aside from the good food, because there's social benefits and there is just feel-good benefits. So absolutely any community should be looking at having a number of community gardens within their environments.